now, and he's still somebody that you would pursue and date. That to me is a good sign. If there's anything else that you could tell us about Dante in a way that like says Dante is for you.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Bird 98. We're talking to you guys about Ready to Love, and we're dealing specifically with language here. So I wanted to pinpoint this key moment between Zadia and Shiloh and Dante and his ex. There is something that happens here which is really important. The two questions that are asked by two different people indicate where their mind is at. And if you want to find out what I'm talking about, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of uploads. For those of you who are new, and for those of you who are returnees, but you know what it is. You got the minerals, baby. Tune in to find out what we're going to talk about. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about this scene. Now, why am I pinpointing this key moment? I'm pinpointing this key moment because something interesting happens. Two people ask a question, but they ask two different styles. And one style literally sends a signal that says you're interrogating and you have a negative outlook of the individual person. And the other signals, I'm looking at your best interest and I'm looking at you in a positive light. Let's have a look at what I'm talking about here. Let's go slightly a little bit back. I want to go slightly a little bit back here.
Dante in a way that like says Dante is for you.
But also to add to that, a warning shot, like you're in trouble, girl. So if he's giving you.
Did you notice here? The first question that was asked, if you didn't hear it, okay, I don't know if you saw it, guys. The first question that was asked here was, tell us something about Dante does that lets us know that he's for us. That's positive. Then Zadia chimes in and says, yeah, and added to that, let us know, warning shot girl, what he does that doesn't make us feel. You don't actually need to do that. If you deduct, I'm sorry, let me finish off my point. I got excited, right? Once she asked the question, warning shot, what does it make? What is it? How do we know if he's not feeling us, right? Compare the two. How do I know he's feeling me? How do I know that he's not feeling me, right? A lot of people might go to the how he's not feeling me, right? Because of their attitude towards life. Oftentimes we have things half full or the glass is half empty, right? And so the way the questions asked sets up a certain narrative about the individual person. The way Shiloh asks it fits exactly who she is, and Zadia asks exactly which fits her too, about the way that they go about things. So what you have to understand is when you want to bring warmth into a situation, the type of question matters because it has a tone, okay? And it has an intention, all right? So when Shiloh asks, what makes us know that Dante's feeling us, right? Now the girl can point out positive stuffs. Now, when Zadia asks, she's asking for negative stuff. Do that one too many times and you're out of there. Strike, you're out. Because you're putting a negative spin on things, right? And we'll see that in a second or two when the girl answers. But what's really important is that you understand that two different questions pretty much say the same thing, but they give a different tone. And so now, when the questions asked by Shiloh, Zadia didn't actually need to say anything because all she needed to know was, is he doing the things that are going to make us feel this way? Right? And then maybe later on, she could have asked it. But as soon as you ask at the same time, you've made a comparison piece. And this is what I'm saying about human beings don't realize. Whenever you're on, I was in a party the other day, right? And there were some really prominent people at the party. And I realized, hold on a minute. At this party, if you see that girl going excited about that guy, getting all giddy, and then you try to move to her, you don't realize in that same moment, you've made a comparison piece. And it's very difficult to tell whether this girl's going to really like you or not, right? Because this girl was getting giddy about this very prominent person. You come in there and you try to move to her now. Now you're in immediate comparison. Right. And I saw this guy kind of move to this girl. I was watching, I was observing. I observe wherever I am. So I observed this movement and I was just like, wait, bro, she just literally finished getting excited, jumping up and down, drinking champagne with these prominent people. And you go over there and try to move to her the same way. I said, unless you've got status or something that I don't know about, bro, this is probably not going to be the best way to go about things because now you're in a direct comparison. Maybe. And again, it's all about timing, It's all about timing. Yeah, man. But again, so I'm not trying to say the guy is not impressive for doing what he's doing. I'm just saying there are what can happen in a room full of people is you can easily be compared, right? And when you do things in similar time and seasons, like for instance, if someone does a song and it sounds similar to someone else's song in the same time and season, we go, oh, who copied who? Do it in 10 years time and someone goes, that's an amazing remix or whatever, or in 3 years time or 2 years time, everyone goes, oh, it's an amazing remix, I love the way they spun the song. Meanwhile, it's the same song. Time and season, when you bring it very close together, all right, people automatically compare. Shiloh and Zadia'S questions were so close together, they automatically puts a comparison piece between the two of them and automatically makes Zadia look like she's negative. Zadia thought she was doing something, but she weren't. She was actually making it worse. She could have still learned by Shiloh's question, because she could have gone, okay, if he's doing these things, then it means he likes you. If he's not, then he doesn't like you. That's deduction. Right? Rather than put a negative spin of the question. Okay, so then let's go a little bit later. I want to go a little bit later.
So, if I had to make a decision today, I had to choose one of these two ladies to go home with, who would you pick?
I would say Shiloh.
Really?
Boom. Right? Shiloh wins. This is a person who's outside of the circumference, you know. Shiloh wins. Now, don't get to this. I'm sure he probably might have told it. Maybe he told her some things, I don't know. But nonetheless, I can see why she's seeing that, right? Even her energy, the smiling and everything like that, it's very warm, right? Zadia is an absolute baddie, you know. Zadia is a baddie. Baddie after bad day. Body on point, face on point, energy on point. Man, she's sweet, Nora. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm even hurt that I didn't have her in my top 3. Oh, I did have her in my top 3 originally. But, you know, but your energy is important. Like, what keeps people there is your energy. It's your personality. You know what I'm saying? It's what you bring to that table. And I'm not just talking about your finance or anything. I'm talking about just that your essence that you bring to the table, right?
Really?
She didn't ask for all the dirt. Like, she was really looking at the positive, the goodness in you instead of your flaws.
Need I say more? Zadia'S questioning was to poke holes in his character and to expose flaws. That is not that's not a nice trait to want to be around. That's not a nice trait for a partner to want to have. And then you're going to realize what happens later on in a relationship if you ignore this red flag, is that in a relationship, she's going to be prodding and poking, asking questions, saying declarations that expose your character and flaws with you. Whereas you see with Shiloh's going to try to magnify the greater qualities that you have. That's what it's signaling. It might not be true, but that's what it's signaling. It's signaling that come a time we date, Zadia will try to poke holes in you and expose your flaws, whereas Shiloh will cover it and magnify you and lift you up. That's what it exposes when you ask questions the way she asks questions. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification uploads. Let us know your thoughts. Maybe you have a disagreement. Maybe you agree. I don't know. Let us know.
Little black boy, you know what time.